everybody. It's your host of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Today, we have our second round of special guest, Mr. Darin Tuttle. This interview is going to talk about investing. And he runs a investment firm that can help us get to a better place financially. And so, you guys, stay tuned. You guys are in for a very, very special treat. I want to answer as much of your questions as humanly possible. Here we go. Hey everybody, it's your favorite gentleman, Marcus Norman Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Today we have Mr. Darin Tuttle. He, with over a decade of experience in capital markets and portfolio management, Mr. Darin left Goldman Sachs to manage multi-million-dollar portfolios in his early 20s. This man is phenomenal. As a millennial money manager, Darren has been featured in Yahoo Finance, Institutional Investor, Business Digest magazine, and StreetInsider.com for his expert insights. Mr. Darren is here on the Gentleman Style Podcast stage to help us get to a better place financially. So help me welcome to the stage the incredible, the amazing, Mr. Darin Tuttle.
Marcus, how's it going? How can I compete with that intro like that, man? That's awesome.
Thank you, sir. The intro is all you. So you did the hard work. You did the legwork. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to be with us today. I'd like to start off the show with asking the questions. Thank you for what you do, what you need. We are not retiring well. So jumping into the investment arena is unique and is a unique animal all its own. But we need you. We need what you're doing. So thank you for that.
Hey, no, appreciate it, Mark. Coming on here, we know investing is a gentleman's game, right? And to be able to focus on the past, be in the present, but then also have vision for the future is what's most important with investing, and so I like all those accolades that have happened over time. But, going forward, I'm always thinking about, okay, like what's next?
That's true. That's true. So diving right in, what is one thing you could do anything? You have an incredible mind. What is one thing that you do every day that really sets the tone for your daily routine? What's a daily routine? Is it yoga, medicine, meditation? What is it you do that lets you know you're going to have a great day?
Yeah. So my wife's the yoga teacher. So she's very, she's got her Zen on. For me, every morning when I wake up, I listen to something called my I am statement. So this is a list of positive affirmations about me, about what I believe in, and that I can do to be able to succeed for that day going forward. So it's a short video. It doesn't have a lot of fluff into it, but it's just positive affirmations to help me get into that positive thinking mindset. Something that I've written now over time, and it just stays true to me.
Absolutely. Makes sense. So you have an incredible mind. You could do anything you want in the world. You teach this when people connect with you. You have an investment philosophy. Can you share that philosophy for us?
Yeah. I try to keep things simple, right? Best can be very complex. So I try to keep it to three simple things. It's about having vision, courage, and patience, right? So the first one is having that vision. You can't really be an investor if you don't have, an optimistic attitude. I know that there's a lot of smart people out there, but they may not have that vision to be able to see where things are going forward. Number two is you have to have that courage, right? So you got to be able to put your money where your mouth is. And be able to actually participate in the market, right? There's a lot of people that will talk on the side or have that vision, but they don't have that courage to actually apply, right? And then the third thing is patience, right? We're in a world right now where everybody wants things now. And so being able to have that patience to be able to allow your investments to grow over time. And, they say compounding interest is the eighth wonder of the world, right? But it takes time for that compounding to be able to happen.
That's true. That's so true. Very true. So, what are some things people can do to start investing today? We got stimulus money, we got PPP money, we got several coronavirus relief funds. We have all the funds, we have all the money. So, people are flush with cash. What are some things people can start doing today to start investing?
Yeah, so that's a good question. And for everybody, it's a little bit different, right? So don't take this at blanket advice. But one of the first things is invest in what you know or invest in yourself, right? So that's making sure that you're getting educated. That's making sure that you're investing in yourself the way that you look, right? Investing in yourself and in what you know, maybe you have a particular expertise, right? And being able to foster and grow that. That's kind of the first step, is investing in what you know. The next is to be able to find somebody that you trust, right? Like a trusted financial advisor. They are a wealth of knowledge. I'm actually one of those. I'm a practicing financial advisor. And because of that, I'm able to help kind of gear for you where you need to be, and help you understand what your goals are. Because if you're investing outside of what you know, sometimes that's uncharted territory that you need to help have goals for, because out there in the world, you can get lost with a whole bunch of things. So finding a good advisor and setting some goals are kind of the next step in that process after investing in yourself is already taken care of.
Makes sense. So this is not the quick and short get rich quick scheme. This is a long game. This is the long game that we're playing. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, investing is a marathon, right? And not a sprint. That doesn't mean that, you can't find stocks that will be up, big in one day. The idea though, with investing and winning with money in reality, is all about making the math take care of itself and then controlling your emotions. If you can do those two things, separate two, right? Having the investing and the math and the compounding work for you, and separating out your emotions, you're going to be great.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Perfect sense. What's going on in the market today? Where should I be putting my money? When I come to see you, what things should I have ready, and where would you tell me, if this is a consultation, what would you tell me where to put the money at today?
Yeah, well, I'm a stocks guy, right? I'm a stocks guy. I'm a markets guy. So I like to talk about, having that compounding return working in the market for you, like the S&P 500, finding an index fund that's able to really compound over time. That's one aspect of it, right? But the second is what you do compete a lot against real estate, right? So there's a lot of real estate investment that's going on right now. And I don't know about you, but housing market right now is at an all-time high. I just read an article that the amount of $1 million homes that were sold this year was double the amount of $1 million homes sold last year. And so you just see property prices increasing. Whether it's real estate, whether it's stocks, right? I think what's important is finding something that's going to outpace inflation. As prices go up and things become more expensive, that's inflation. So making an investment that pays you over time, keeps up with those price increases, and the stock market can do it for you. Real estate can do it for you, but we're starting to see, kind of bubbles everywhere. That's why, going away from a stock market index and then finding somebody like me as an investment manager becomes even more important, because what I do all day is I go through all of those companies, all those 3,000 companies, and I find the best ones to be able to put into your portfolio. So I kind of cater to you, and I allow those to kind of deviate from the index. So if the market's going down, maybe the 10 or 20 or 30 stocks that I have chosen for you may go up, may go down, but they act differently than that overall broad market index would on any given day.
Makes perfect sense. I love that. So there's a new kid on the block. There's a new kid to the industry. It's called cryptocurrency. cryptocurrency.
Hmm.
And I'm confused. A lot of people are confused, right? Some people look at cryptocurrency as a currency. This is what will replace the US dollar. But there are the schools of thought around replacing it as an investment vehicle. Can you give us some insight on your thoughts or what clients, when they come to you, because I'm sure you've had it, right? Your clients, when they hit the market,
Yeah,
it's like, hey, what's this cryptocurrency thing? Should we put some money in that? Can you speak to that?
absolutely. Number one, I'll say financial advisors, right, are kind of late to the game in this industry. They've been kind of putting it off to the side for years now, and it's only until they Bitcoin or some of these other cryptocurrencies, the best performing asset class, like I was saying, stocks and real estate, that financial advisors are actually starting to pay attention. For me as a millennial money manager, I've kind of been early into this game. And one of the things that has separated me from others is all this lingo, right? So cryptocurrencies, they got their nodes, they got their blockchains, they got their keys, right? And a lot of people are trying to use new language to describe very simple things in cryptocurrency. And basically, if you're going to dumb it down to its most basic level, what cryptocurrency or Bitcoin is just that digital asset that you could be able to hold, can't get printed from a US dollar perspective like they're doing at the central bank right now.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. And so, in this new age and
Yeah,
market,
and
what would you?
one of the things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry, we got the pause going through.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that, one of the things that sets me apart from other financial advisors is actually the custodian I work with, Interactive Brokers. They're accepting cryptocurrencies at the end of this summer. So you'll actually be able to invest in or some of these other cryptocurrencies as they come forward, have them in your custodian account at Interactive Brokers. And that's supposed to be rolled out here by around the end of September.
Ooh. So you're adapting. Your company is adapting and you're rolling with it. You're not just saying, "Oh, don't worry about that." What some advisors are doing. They're negating it as an investment option when you're actually charging forward.
No, certainly. And I think, if you're embracing change, one thing about investments is, the investment world is always changing, but what matters is how you apply the changes to your overall, financial situation to where you're able to succeed. Am I saying, hey, tomorrow go out and put 100% into Bitcoin? Absolutely not, right? But there's a percentage that may be right for you. Maybe it's 5, maybe it's 2%, maybe it's just 1%, because of that upside potential and the fact that your dollars, right, are being inflated away. It's important to be aware of. And if you're not using it responsibly, it can be able to have that probability of ruin for you.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Something that recently happened, and I wanted you to, if you could help us break it down. GameStop, the issue with GameStop, where GameStop was shut down. Can you talk to what happened there, and how can people avoid that in the
Yeah,
future with
you know
their
what it
investments?
is oh,
You're good.
yeah, and I'll keep this. Yeah, I'll keep this brief because my time is short here. But with GameStop, what happened is a supply and demand issue. So people were shorting shares in the market, and when you short shares, you're selling something that you don't own physically, right? And
Right.
so you have to go and you have to buy back those shares in the market. Well, what happened was one of the banks or one of the brokers got a little greedy and they started overselling all of those shares. They sold way too many parking tickets for how many spots are in the parking lot. And so what happens is they have to go back out and buy back those shares. And if you have a large base of retail investors that are buying up those shares, when the supply goes down, right, and demand still goes up, then what happens with the price? The price goes up. So that's exactly
Makes
what happened. Supply went down, demand went up, and that price went up, and those people that shorted those shares ended up having to buy back at a higher price.
Makes sense. This has been informational and incredible. How can my audience connect with you and learn more?
Okay, well, I'm active on Twitter. You can see me at Darin_T80. I'm also on LinkedIn, Darin Tuttle, DarinTuttle. Those are probably the two primary places that you can get a hold of me. I've also got my website up. It's www.tuttleventures.com. We're making some big new improvements there, rolling those out here in the next couple of weeks or so. So those are the three places that you can get a hold of me, and I appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope this message has served you, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I end every show, take care of your friends, take care of your family, and take care of business. This is Marcus Norman, the Gentleman Style Podcast, signing off. Love you guys. Bye.